Hello and welcome to Livestream. I'm Gargi Rawal. Today we're discussing the massive and growing scandal in the Kerala church. Over the last 18 months, at least 13 priests have been arrested from different churches in the state for allegedly sexually abusing and raping minors and women. Last week, a nun and another woman alleged they'd been sexually abused for years. But more disturbing, they also alleged the church had been trying to cover up the matter instead of investigating it. The latest arrest was today when priest Job Matthew surrendered to the police after his anticipatory bail plea along with two other priests was rejected by the High Court. The priests are accused of sexually exploiting a woman after blackmailing her using the secrets that she had confided during confession. The Kerala High Court, in fact, when rejecting the bail petitions, had very strong words for the priests, observing that they had acted as predators. Many have felt the response of the church has also not been adequate. And how are they dealing with this growing scandal? So do call in or message us with your questions and point of view. Our discussion today, Kerala priest scandal, time to introspect. Well, let's go across now to NDTV's Sneha Koshi, who's been following this story very, very closely. Also joining us, activist Indulekha Joseph and Reverend Abhijit Sasane. First, Sneha, to you, how have the people in the state been responding to this growing scandal in the church? 13 priests have been arrested so far in cases of rape and molestation.
Well, Gargi, that's right. That was an NDTV investigation where we went through different details. And the 13 priests that you mentioned, 13 priests have been priests as well as pastors, church leaders, nuns, have been arrested over a span of 18 months. And all of them in relation to cases of sexual abuse of women or minors. Well, but the two important cases that have really shaken the church, the believers and people across are the two major allegations that have come up recently. One of the 34-year-old woman and second of a 49-year-old nun. One in a
All right. Well, we seem to have have a technical problem there and lost the audio with Sneha. We will go back to her and the guest that she had with us. But let's now go across to Indulekha, who's been very vocal on this entire issue. Indulekha, do you feel that the church's response has been adequate on this growing scandal? 13 priests in a matter of 18 months, extremely shocking.
It's an extremely shocking problem that is before us. The most important issue involved here is that church authorities are always supporting the culprits. I don't know why they are supporting this accused person. This priest as well as the victims belongs to the same family of church. But why they are differentiated? I am not getting answer to that question. And another aspect in this is that by looking at the past, we can very well understand that whenever a case is lodged against a priest, church will use its old mechanisms to wipe away these cases. This is the basic issue involved in this. After all this, there is no control for the wealth of the church. By using this financial capability as well as the political influence, church is hijacking each and every issues that are coming before it.
All right, Reverend Sasane, what would you say to that? This is something that that many people have found disturbing, the fact that the church is not being very transparent about this and allegations of cover-ups.
Well, first of all, I would like to make one point, and I always stick to that is the law of the land is supreme, and that applies to every individual of the nation, no matter who he or she is. So that is settled. That is number one. All are equal in the sight of the law. As far as these cases are concerned, I was just studying through all the cases, and if you see something that is common in all these cases, all these cases are old. These are all 4 or 5 years old cases. I don't know how. I'm not questioning the authenticity of those cases, of course, but these are all old cases and they are coming up now. So that is one thing I was wondering, why things are coming up at this point of time. Right. Having said that, a criminal case is a criminal case. All right. So Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm saying the reason the women may be speaking out now is that because there's more awareness, they're feeling more empowered. There's been this entire Me Too movement as well. So perhaps that's why more women are coming forward and not, and refusing to put up with the abuse they're suffering.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I didn't challenge the authenticity of the cases. No, I'm not challenging the authenticity of these cases. Well, my take on this is the criminal case. If it is a criminal case, it has to be treated as a criminal case. In most of these cases, the victims are really in a very bad state, and justice needs to be given. Your question about the church being transparent, I think the church has not interfered with the police. The church has not interfered even with the CBI inquiry, I guess. And we are open. I mean, the church is open even if the polygraph test is carried out for these particular priests. That's all right.
Well, let's
but
return now.
Must be given.
Absolutely. Well, let's now return to Sneha and the guest that she had with her. Yes, Sneha, over to you.
Well, interesting point being made by the church representative there, but also must say that these arrests that we are mentioning have all happened. These arrests have happened in the last 18 months. Of course, all of this coming to light with two shocking cases that have made strong allegations against the church. But joining me right now are a group of young people who go to the church, who believe in the system of church, and let's really ask them, what does this mean to them? Well, let me start with you, honey. You, and that's your name, you go to the church. How have you been feeling about hearing all these allegations come up? As a believer, does that shake you?
Well, it is actually a shocking incident. But at the same time, there are two ways that I would like to react to this issue. Because on one side, I would like to talk to the church and I would like to say that more confidence, more openness, grievance has to be done. But at the other side, being a believer, something that has hurted me most, I would say, is the way it has been inflamed up by the social media and how it has been used to hurt the sentiments of people. So like, for example, we are taking the case of confession being leaked. At the same time, there has been an instance in the Catholic Church itself where a priest, in order to safeguard a confession secret, went to jail, stayed there 13 years. And it was after that it was revealed that just to save a person's confession, he did that. So we have both cases. So whenever we go alleging different things, we analyze different cases, we need to have two sides. So that's what I think.
Valid points by Honey here. Sneha, let me also ask you at this point, priests of churches being termed by police as on the run, on the hide, missing. 3 of the priests are missing right now in this case. We do not know whether the accusations are correct or not, whether the accusations are correct or not. That is something for the court, for the police to establish. But do you think it's fair for priests to be on the run?
It's not at all fair for the priests to be missing because they should set an example to the people because they are leaders. So the people, they should set an example to the people. But what they are doing is they go missing. So it's not at all right because they should come and confess that they have done. If they have done it, they should do that.
And if they have not, they should have the benefit of doubt. But the question is, they are really missing. The church, of course, has said they are not hiding the priests and they are in their individual capacities after they are suspended. Joan, you've been talking about how this is literally being spoken about in families, especially among Christians. People are talking about this in the house. What is it like at home?
Every follower or believer in the Kerala is facing a crisis. The problem is who is right or not, who is wrong, who is right, either the church or the people against it. This is the problem. We don't know the truth. So we are expecting something from government. The investigation should be proper and the police should investigate at most properly and church should not hide the accused people. That's a...
Well, church should not hide. Honey, as a young woman, you being part of various youth groups, I'm sure, are you raising these in different forums, the need to be transparent, the need do you think when would people now think twice before going to priest seeking help? Because one of the things that is said about is how confessions were missing.
Yeah. Well, this is what even our friends were discussing. Like, we had discussions and as such. One thing is that I grew up in a Christian family, a Catholic family. I have heard my parents talking about cases of different saints who go for 13 hours, and just because of confession, people get a very relief, like, just things that they do not share. That is what we believe, that once you confess, your sins are forgiven, right? So this is actually an issue which has actually shaken kind of faith in the confession as such. But I would say, one man, if he does wrong, that doesn't make 1,000 people who are doing the thing in the right way wrong.
But do you think for those who have done wrong, there will be justice?
There has to be.
There has to be. Well, there has to be justice. That's what three believers here are really hoping.
All right, Sneha, many important and interesting points there made by your guest. Well, we also have a caller with us, Grace Pinto. Go ahead.
Yes, hi. This is a general statement I want to make, nothing to do with this particular issue. What I feel is celibacy should be done away with. These vows were made years and years and years ago. It was okay then. These priests and nuns were not exposed.
Let me put that to our guests. Reverend, what do you think about that, what Grace is suggesting there?
Well, as an individual or as a priest also, I don't think so I should comment on this, because we will be diverting from the main subject. Now, we are talking about justice, and I will stick on to that, that the church will stand with justice. The church will not try to protect, the church will not try to safeguard anyone who is going wrong. I would just stick to that.